Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is the Quinn Spinn. Hey now, and welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all, to a brand new edition of... If I killed Jay. The Quinn Spinn. I'm your host, the Quinn. I'm back here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, YouTube, and more for another rousing and riveting installment of the official podcast of Underground Music Collective. You just heard Revel 9's All I've Become at the top of the show. That's been our opening theme song here at the Quinn Spinn since the great year of 2014, and it will be until the very end of days. And we're back here. The OG fam is back. Except I don't know if JD will be rejoining us.
I'm okay.
Okay, he's okay. He's okay, everybody. But yeah, we're back here on the Zoom machine, and we just recorded this last night because we needed an episode, and the fam delivered. So that is how we do. So this is going to cover a lot here. Scotty apparently has plenty to say about California.
I do. I have a whole
his internet
set of gears that's been grinding.
And we have also a WrestleMania aftermath segment here. We have some stupid news, some feeling good, something for your ears that I'm going to come up with by the end of the show because I don't know what it is yet because I was knee deep in other things all day. But I like to think on my toes, and I will. But anyway, let's go around the horn here. How we doing there, JD?
I'd like to start by vamping because I just lost my train of thought. So, so when you do your intro, and I've seen several of your interviews that you do, and I just see how several of the people there just kind of awkwardly sit there like they don't know what to do while you are doing your thing. So I've told myself that I can't just do that. I can't just sit there awkwardly. So I have to do something. And then, of course, my mind knows how podcasts and entertainment work, how it's just got to be ridiculous and over the top. So now I have to think of something ridiculous and over the top to do every single time you do it.
So you did that by dying.
Being swallowed by my carpet, essentially, I guess.
Yeah.
Or the green screen behind me.
Yeah.
Can you do any cool tricks with that screen?
Hold on. Let me see. I can I don't have many virtual backgrounds on here. I guess I could do this.
Whoa.
It just looks a hell of a lot cleaner.
On the green
just
screen.
than the blur effect on Zoom.
Yeah.
Which is if you're listening to this, I apologize, but it's my virtual background is currently the meme of the woman thinking very hard. It's got all the math calculations.
Kind of looks like Julia Roberts.
I don't actually know who this is.
Julia Roberts.
If I could, you know what? I'll cook up some interesting things I could do with this green screen next time.
All right.
I would like to see you in Mordor.
Mordor?
Yes.
This is probably close.
That looks like a train that went off the rails. It went off the rails.
Yeah, this was me binge watching Total Divas earlier today.
That's JD's family seal.
That's right.
A train off the rails.
How dare you?
Well, I meant you. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know the rest of your family.
Look, you're correct, but you didn't have to say it.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
It's interesting, though, you say that about the intro, because, yeah, I've noticed the same thing ever since you pointed it out when you were here, JD, how everyone just kind of sits there politely and waits for the storm to pass. But I've also had many people tell me that the intro is the whole reason they come on the show, because they want to experience it in person.
They just want to be next to you while you're saying it?
Yeah, they just want to be in my essence while I'm giving the big old hey now.
Can we not use the word essence in that context?
Be in my essence, my wafting essence.
Oh my God.
Nobody's ever going to want to come on this show again. I told you at the beginning of the year, we're getting canceled by the end of 2023.
Why do you want to be canceled?
I don't know. It wouldn't be the first time. Hey now, anyway.
Hashtag goals.
Hashtag goals. But so Total Divas, how is that?
It's about what you would expect. I I've run out of shit to watch.
I was just gonna say, there's so much good stuff that you could be watching.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was just really in the mood to watch some trashy television, and I wasn't gonna watch like Real Housewives.
I was gonna say that's what runs in my house, and
I wasn't gonna watch like
rather Total Divas.
I wasn't gonna watch like Vanderpump Rules because I'm way too far behind on all that shit. So I'll watch the closest thing that the thing I'm probably the most familiar with, which is still not very familiar with, and that's wrestling. And we're going to be talking about wrestling a little bit later. So
you were getting ready.
I was prepping my essence.
The essence.
I
probably should.
Essence is going to make its way into the title of this episode now. Enjoying each other's essences.
Prep your essence.
Prepping our essence.
Yeah, I like Prep Your Essence is the title of this episode.
You should just rename the podcast Prep Your Essence.
Prep Your Essence. Anyway.
So my life's a train wreck. That's basically what we can glean from this.
Well, at least, I mean, it could have been worse. You could have been watching Total Bellas instead of Total Divas.
That's true. Or it could have been on the cast of Total Divas.
Yeah, that too. Just in a world of non-quality choices, make the most quality choice.
I mean, that is the best of all the trash.
Yeah, Total Divas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never watched an episode. I never watched an episode of it. I should.
Well, I have now.
How far in are you?
I think I watched like 6 episodes today. No. There's not even that many hours in the day so far that have elapsed so far. It's like 6 episodes.
So
which is still like 6 hours.
I mean, for somebody who's ashamed of having watched Total Divas, you sure spent a lot of time watching Total Divas today.
I live my life in shame. I'm constantly in shame.
Hey now,
shame.
Shame.
Oh my God, I remember that commercial.
So for those who did not grow up in the New York area, it was like some segment on CBS News or something, and that was the opening jingle, which we would then we repurpose that sound effect and use it during Dominic and the Quinn / the Quinn Spinn at Moravian University back in the day before this current run took off and went off the rails in these past 10 years. So bringing back a classic here. Quinn Spinn relic.
I just remember
how many years?
How many years since what?
10? No, I just wanted to throw in the 10-year thing.
Oh, 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just remember the animated hand during that, just going like, sure, just like pointing at you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I do remember that as well. And I remember, I don't know, I'd screen share it, but I'm afraid I'll break something with the internet if I do.
You probably will.
I'd let people see this.
We've had a terrible track record with screen sharing, recording.
With screen sharing and just generally with technology tonight, we best not chance it. That way everybody gets to enjoy Vincent Price McMahon behind me. For those who are watching, if you're listening, tough luck. TS, as they say. But yeah. Well, Mr. Rock.
Yes, sir.
You're here with us with your tailor-made hat, and you look good. You look like you've been doing some Quinn Quake workouts.
No, I just shaved my beard. Just looks like that. I had like 10 pounds of hair here.
Oh, I see.
And here.
I see.
Before I went to good old California, I got a haircut and a beard trim. So it looks like I'm skinnier. Somebody at work told me I lost weight, and I said, no, I just shaved.
Well, I can tell you that Coach McQuakes is going to be very disappointed in you for
warrior
abandoning your workout regiment again. Whatever it is. It's okay. He's coming to see you in August. So
I'm sure he is.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
like he does every year.
I'm actually away for the month of August.
I've got a thing.
Yeah, I got a thing in another place. So I'll send him my regards though, please.
You gotta wash your hair and walk the cat, don't you?
I do, but unfortunately it's in like Detroit. I think Detroit, or somewhere not here.
He's meeting with Todd Typhoon.
Yes. He's actually my trainer.
Yeah, he's
Todd Typhoon.
Todd Typhoon.
Yeah.
You know what I do every
time I see him? I wave. See what I did there?
Oh
Typhoon,
my Jesus Lord.
No.
I know. I'm
Dad joke. Hashtag dad jokes.
Oh, finally the Quinn's gone.
Yes.
It's finally my show. It's my time to shine.
JD and the Quinn.
JD and the Rock.
Or JD and Scotty.
Oh, what's up?
I just needed a minute.
How's it going? How's it going?
Yeah.
But I would like to take a moment and give a shout out. Happy birthday to the Pebble, who turned 4 last week.
Four already. Wow.
Pretty crazy.
Wow. How's that feel?
Can you see the bags under my eyes? I mean, I'm exhausted.
No, I said you look good. I mean,
I've actually been very emotional about it. I don't know.
4 is kind of like the age where they're officially not a baby anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I've been trying to pinpoint why I've.
Scotty froze. Oh, he's back.
What did you say? You were trying to pinpoint your internet connection.
Are you serious? It went out again?
It froze, but you're back now.
Oh. You're back.
I was trying to pinpoint why I've been emotional, and I couldn't. But I guess maybe that's why.
I charge by the hour, to help you unlock those things.
All right. Well, I'll give you a call.
All right. I mean, we're already on one.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
well,
do you want client?
Do you take Venmo?
I sure do. Oh, where'd Scotty go? Oh, he disappeared.
No.
Oh, wait, JD. Somebody disappeared.
I disappeared. If y'all were having a session, then I was going to give you client-patient privilege. And
every time one of us disappears is a bit. We think our internet went out.
I was very confused. So confused, in fact, that I thought the wrong person disappeared.
I'm like, wait, no, I'm here.
And then you called me. You called me Scotty Rock.
Yeah. For those of you who well, nobody would know, I guess, except the three of us. We did a whole intro apparently, and my Wi-Fi went out.
Yep.
And yeah, it didn't make it into the final cut. So
yeah, it really threw everything off the rails. I didn't even get through the intro. I was very
I didn't even hear an intro. So that's what happened before we started.
I was very happy.
I'm also on spring break right now. So
Scotty gone wild.
Woohoo!
Gonna take your shirt off again?
Are you in Cancun right now?
I'm gonna take my shirt and my pants off.
Oh my Jesus!
On the show?
No, not on the show.
Oh, I was gonna say Scotty gone wild.
You can't just say you're gonna do that and then say not on the show.
Well, I want to be spontaneous. It'll just happen when I feel it come, when my essence is ready.
God. Yeah, I think essence is gonna work its way into the title of this episode.
Prep it, and then something will come off. I don't know what.
I don't want to know what.
You're gonna prep your essence so that it can excrete.
Mama Rock, I'm sorry.
An essence excretion.
I might have to leave again.
Yeah, go ahead. Finally, it's our time. Welcome to JD's Rock, where I am JD and my rock.
I'm the Rock.
Is Scotty.
I'm still here.
Not in my mind.
There. How about now? I reappeared for those of you listening to this. We're doing a lot of visual tricks tonight.
People are going to be real pissed if they're just listening to the audio.
Yeah. Welcome to the JD Jizz. Oh, jazz. Shit, I meant to say jazz. I meant to say jazz. I meant to say jazz. Jazz.
I don't know where to go from here. Yeah, this is a rare loss for words. Scotty, Scotty, you were in California recently for WrestleMania.
I need a minute.
Okay.
Oh, talk about a Freudian slip. Oh my God.
You did say you wanted the show to get canceled, so I'm just contributing to the cause.
Well, while you're both taking a minute, let me just tell you that this week at Underground Music Collective, we're doing a very special merchandise deal where you can get 20% off all Underground Music Collective and Quinn Spinn merchandise using the code 20 years at checkout. And that is to celebrate my 20th anniversary of being cancer-free, which is this Saturday, April 15th. Go to undergroundmusiccollective.com/shop. Use the discount code 20 years at checkout for 20% off all the merch you want. I can't do what?
No,
Quinn, you are
talk about that in the midst of us trying to compose ourselves.
No, I needed to do a live read while y'all were getting your
That's the thing. Quinn is the consummate professional.
Ooh.
I have never seen somebody be able to do a live read without a prompter or any type of script and just nail it on the first try like Quinn can.
While the two of us are losing our
While the two of us are losing our essence.
Losing your essence. See,
congratulations.
Well, I'm losing my evanescence.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up. Save me. If
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. If you're still listening to this, I'm sorry.
Is it possible for a train to go so off the rails that it just goes back on?
I think it just flew in the air.
Like if you go like if you go all the way around the world, eventually you get back to the same spot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're about there. I think we did it in record time.
That was record time.
Quinn is the consummate professional, and I'm just basically my background.
A train wreck for those who can't see it.
Yes, it's a train wreck.
But yeah, 20 years. It's wild, to think that 2003 was 20 years ago, first of all. And secondly, it really, with each passing year, it gives you this appreciation for just how much it takes to stay alive this long, let alone, recover from that. For those who are unaware, I had a very malignant tumor in my left ring finger, which is no longer there. If you're seeing this on your video feed, the finger as well, they amputated it, and it was a very quick surgery. It was, but it was a very malignant tumor, and if it had spread, I pretty much would have been screwed. So they did an amazing job, and here we are, still entertaining you all 20 years later here on the Quinn Spinn and at Underground Music Collective. Good Underground. So go to undergroundmusiccollective.com/shop for 20% off all UMC and Quinn Spinn merchandise using the coupon code 20 years through Sunday, April 16th.
The consummate pro.
See, I brought it back. I brought the show back.
The consummate pro.
This is
he just wades his way through all of the chaos and just hits a home run every time.
You gotta stand in the fire.
And continues to invite us back. That's what I don't understand.
That is, that is the biggest thing. Yes. How I am still here is a miracle.
I mean,
we just celebrated Easter and Jesus rose from the dead, and the Quinn continues to invite me onto his show.
Yeah, I mean, it adds some color and some flavor to my life.
Yes.
To have you gents join me here. But anyway, so Scotty, have you properly had a minute to first of all?
Yes, I've composed myself, I think.
For now, until the next thing. But so how was it out there? LA, WrestleMania.
LA, I feel like everybody puts LA on a pedestal. It's kind of a shithole.
Yep.
I was very disappointed. We stayed at Inglewood. Now we stayed in an Airbnb. It was a really nice area where the house was, the neighborhood. I didn't realize that that's like where like Snoop and Dre and Compton, and apparently that's there. Not a good area at night. But the house was nice. It was about 3 miles from the airport and about 7 miles or 10 miles maybe from SoFi Stadium, which, by the way, I will sandwich it in with. That is, not that I've been to many stadiums, but it is one of the most beautiful stadiums I have ever stepped foot in. If you ever have a chance to just go there, it is worth the price of whatever you pay. There's fountains, there's ponds, every seat is cushioned. It's got cup holders with the armrest that goes up and down. It's just a state of the art. And I know it's brand new, but it is absolutely gorgeous. We had really good seats for WrestleMania. So that didn't suck either.
So you didn't end up at Joe's Crab Shack?
We did not end up at Joe's Crab Shack, which I was very happy with that. And it's in Philly next year, so we'll be going again, which is very nice. And then I'm done. But
then you're done. You're retired.
I'm retiring. But it was a great trip. We were only there for a few days. We went Friday to Monday. Came back Monday morning. But it was so a couple things that I'm going to rant about. And I don't know how this is anywhere else because I don't do Ubers. But the Ubers, first of all, traffic is absolutely insane. So every anybody that tells you there's traffic in LA and how insane it is times a million. It is horrible 24/7. There's no time where traffic is not absolutely insane. That being said, the wait time to get an Uber after night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania was absolutely ridiculous. We would get an Uber, they would pick up our ride, and then once they found out where we were going, they would cancel that ride because it's not a nice area. Now, I didn't realize that they don't know where you're going until they pick the ride up.
Right.
I thought it's just, they see where you're going, they pick it up, they say, I'll get it, and then that's it. But apparently with Uber, they don't know where you're going until they accept the ride. They just see that somebody needs a ride.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. So a lot of people were canceling. So even though it was on West Coast time and the event got out at like 9:30, we didn't get back to the house until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, because we were trying to find an Uber to get back 7 miles or less,
Jeez.
So that was a huge disappointment. And we were trying to figure out if we should rent a car, but I still think it probably, price wise alone, forget about the stress of not getting back on time. Paying for parking was $80 each night.
Jeez.
Yeah. One night it was 80. The next night, I think night 2 was 85 if you were parking in the lot. So that alone would have been $160. I think we added it up and we paid like $220 altogether with the Uber rides, split between 2 people. It would have been a lot more to rent the car per day, pay $80 for parking each night. If we did need gas is almost $5 a gallon there. Crazy. So that's one thing that grinds my gears. The other thing, I was very disappointed, was In-N-Out Burger.
Really?
Extremely disappointed. I think it's incredibly overrated. I think Shake Shack is much better if you're an East Coaster. I don't know if Shake Shack is pretty good. Is Shake Shack world countrywide or no?
There's one in Nashville. There's at least one here. Yeah.
I don't think they have them out west, but maybe they do. I don't know. But In-N-Out Burger was very disappointing. Everybody also puts that on a pedestal, and it was not anything amazing. I've had better. It wasn't bad, but I've had better. So I was very disappointed about that. And the wait time, so the In-N-Out Burger was right around the corner from the stadium. So one night when we couldn't get an Uber from the stadium, we said, you know what, let's walk to In-N-Out Burger. It's right around the corner. Well, us and half the stadium decided to do the same thing.
Of course.
So it was cool to stand in line with wrestling fans, but we were there probably 45 minutes to an hour just until we got up to the counter. And then, finally got our food after a half hour later, and then it took like 2 hours to get an Uber. So yeah. But WrestleMania itself was awesome. Quinn, I am now a Roman Reigns fan.
Are you?
Because I hate Cody that much.
Really?
I am a Roman fan.
Whoa. I need some context here.
Okay, I hate Cody Rhodes.
Why?
I've always hated. Come on, we've had this.
No, you haven't. You loved Cody. You loved Cody forever.
No,
I hated Cody.
Never.
I hated Cody.
No.
No, because when we were watching AEW last summer and I kept trashing Cody, I guess was that whenever it was. The point is, I've always made fun of Cody, and you've always rolled your eyes at me because I thought you loved Cody.
No. I do not love Cody. Maybe I tolerated Cody.
Whoa, when? Since when? What?
I've never liked Cody Rhodes.
Okay,
I've
so
never liked Cody Rhodes.
So what happened that you now love Roman Reigns and
he beat Cody?
That's all it took.
That's all it took.
See, because
I have a picture of me holding the acknowledge me finger up at the end of the show.
Because I've actually come around on Cody a little bit. I still No.
I think he's an entitled little bitch, and I give it less than a year before he's mid-card, and then when his contract is up, he'll be right back in AEW.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
100%.
He was sitting right next to Triple H at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah,
They're buddies. And honestly, like, I will say this, in my opinion, I could do without his like cheap pops, like, oh, I love the fans. I do it for the fans. Like all that stuff can go away. Like we saw enough of that with Cena and all that, and whoever and Hogan and whatever. But I will say, like, his promo work has been exceptional, and in a very tough environment where everyone after the Royal Rumble wanted Sami Zayn, he actually like made a compelling case for why he should be in the main event.
I do agree with that. I will give you that.
He proved that he deserved to be there. And I like that he lost. I like that he lost because it's not just like, let's push the baby face to the moon. It's kind of like when Cena lost to Rock the first time, where it's like, well, now he's got to work back there. And now there's actually some depth to the story as opposed to he's just the conquering baby face that everyone's going to be sick of in 2 months.
I do agree, but I'm already sick of him.
I've actually warmed up to him. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I was the biggest Cody hater on the planet.
60,000 or however, what was it? 61,000 fans? I don't know. However many. The place went nuts, and people were pissed when Roman won. But just to backtrack for a second, when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won on night one, I have never been part. The place went absolutely insane. Bananas. I've never heard a pop. Every hugging each other, high-fiving. The place went absolutely insane. It was so cool.
Which just goes to show that Sammy in particular needs to be given a run with the title at some
100%.
Yeah.
100%. He is so over right now. Like beyond over. And that's the thing, is that I was hoping Roman would win, not just to be Cody, but I feel like this is a storyline that's been going on for 3 years and nobody's sick of it. And there's still so much story to tell. And if you could get away with 3 years and everybody still wants it, just run with it. Just go with it until nobody wants it anymore and then do something else. But people want it, and it's there's so much they could do. And nobody's tired of it.
I agree with that. And I want to add to that too. When he finally loses, it's going to be one of the all-time great moments.
100%.
It's going to, like, you thought the pop you heard when Sammy and KO won was something, like, it's going to absolutely, whoever does it, it's going to blow the roof off of whatever place, if it in fact has a roof. Like,
and everybody expected it to be Cody, and that swerve was brilliant.
Yeah, and you think, and like everybody complained about it online, like, oh, well, Cody should have won, and oh, they're screwing Cody. No, this was the plan, and it was a good one because it adds depth to Cody's character if he in fact is the guy down the road, and it makes Reigns now seem absolutely unbeatable because the outcome everybody expected didn't happen, and it's like, who's actually going to beat this guy?
Yeah.
And they played that up in the press conference right after.
Yes, they did.
Where it's just like, yeah, we're just the greatest of all time. Like, nobody's ever going to touch this.
Yep.
Like, we're
just getting started.
It's over.
What did he say? This is only the third inning.
Yeah, only the third inning. And like, once I watched that, I got it. And I'm like, okay, like, this is good. Like, strap in for another year of Roman Reigns. Like, I think it was a great call. And it's a great call because it was controversial. Because if Cody wins, then, oh, I did it for the WWE Universe. And by King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring, whatever they're calling it now, everyone's sick of Cody and waiting for like Jey Uso or somebody to take the title
or
off.
Roman to take it back.
Yeah, or Brock or whoever.
But then Roman taking it back just makes it meaningless, and it's just a meaningless change. And
yeah, this is the run of a lifetime for Roman. And after this, like, the thing is, after he loses, I don't really know where you go if you're Roman Reigns, aside from away for a long. I think he becomes a part-timer after this because there's nothing else to do. Right. You're never going to match this run, and that's the downside. But also, he's had some health things, and he's getting older. Maybe he wants to be with his family. Maybe this is the run for Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
and then that's it. Or he just comes back and does the special attraction, Brock Lesnar, John Cena part-time stuff. But either way, I think having him retain was the right call, because it protects Cody as a babyface if you're trying to build him as a top face, and it also makes this monster run continue to epic proportions. Because the thing is too, when you have these years-long reigns, whether it was Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, they were baby faces. You've never had a heel dominate this long.
But they did say Bruno is obviously the longest reigning champion of all time. For Roman to beat Bruno, he would have to take the belt through 2028.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that. I don't know if attention spans are long enough for that anyway. But either way.
But it was good. It was real good. Night one was better than night two.
Well, that's because Vince came back to book night two.
Yeah, exactly. I also think that they started with two really They should not have started night 2 with Brock Lesnar and Almost. They should have started with the triple threat. That match was so good. The first 2 matches, kind of everybody was so pumped from night 1 and Sammy and Kevin Owens ending the night winning the belts that they came in on night 2 and everybody was just so ready to just keep it going and just so pumped, and just Brock and Almost, and then the women's match, it just took the wind out of everybody's sails and kind of just like brought the energy down. And then that triple threat match brought it back up. Then the Hell in a Cell, it went up from there. But I think to start that show with that match, and I'm sure Brock was like, I got to catch a plane out of here, put me on first, or whatever, Brock gets what Brock wants. But it was a little bit annoying to have the energy level down. But night 1 was so good. So good.
Well, on night 1,
it was awesome. I'm really happy I went.
On night 1, you also had the most over heel in the business, Dominic Mysterio. On
that match was so, and Charlotte Rhea Ripley, the place was so behind Rhea. I mean, I don't know if you could see it on the TV, but live, everybody was behind Rhea. So her winning that was awesome. And yeah, Dominic and Ray was the other awesome match.
Dominic's the best heel in the business right now.
Yeah.
You can't say it's go away heat, because if it was go away heat, he'd be getting like these tepid kind of Baron Corbin type of crowd reactions. He is getting nuclear, just like booed out of the building every time he farts, that dude.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's because he's so unconvincing as somebody who could beat you in a fight that makes it work, because he's such he's just such a, fake tough guy, he just has that demeanor about him to where you want to boo him. Yeah. That punk, trust fund baby kind of I'm going to stand up to my dad. And that's what makes it work. That's what makes him so good in that role. Now I do wonder, because the crowd is so behind Rhea, how much longer she's going to be with Judgment Day. Because it's like China, eventually nobody wanted to boo China. It's the same thing where Rhea is just such a unique dominant force that eventually you got to break her away from who is, in my opinion, the most over heel in the company, because she's not going to be able to remain a heel for much longer. She's too good at what she does.
Yeah. But I also think her story with Dominic is one of the reasons why he's doing so well, because they work so well together.
Oh yeah. And having Finn and Priest be there too. That's the whole reason of sticking him with them, I think, is to bring him along, because as a face, he was really vanilla. He was just Ray's kid. And now this is giving him a chance to stand out on his own and have some folks who are really, really good with their character work around him to bring his level up. And it's worked. And he even, this past Monday on Raw, I think it was this past Monday, or maybe it was the week before, his in-ring work, I'm he's not half bad in the ring anymore either. He's really come a long way.
Yeah, he has. And the entrance with the
paddy wagon
and so good.
Yeah.
Good. So good. It was a really good time.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for that story to continue too. And you have Bad Bunny coming into the fold now, and he's no slouch either in the ring. He takes it seriously.
And another top match, which I hate to admit, was Seth versus Logan Paul.
Here's the thing with Logan Paul. I like the fact that he's actually committed to going out there and giving it his best, and actually taking it seriously and applying himself. Because a guy like that, I think everyone's expectation for Logan Paul, was he was just going to come in and hot dog it and, get the celebrity spot. But he actually goes in there and works.
Yeah.
That guy. And I have nothing bad to say about Logan Paul being part of WWE, because regardless of what you think of him and, whatever controversies he's been a part of with his YouTube channel or whatever, the fact is the guy respects the business. He loves the business and he wants to be part of it.
Yeah.
And a guy like that, sure. He's always going to get booed because people just don't like him, don't like his persona, right? He's better off as a heel. It's it's like a real life version of, trying to turn the Miz face. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? But it's the guy, he's good in there. He's knowledgeable. He respects the business, even on his podcast. When he has the guys on, he's asking the right questions and respectful questions. And he's really trying to understand everything he can about the business. And you can tell. And that's why they're putting him in there with top guys like Seth Rollins, who
he can go. He's really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I love the elbow drop on his what was that? The mascot guy.
Oh yeah, it was funny because he came out and my friends and I that were like, who is that? And then this little kid behind us is like, oh, it's a YouTuber. It's blah blah blah. I don't even remember his name.
KSI.
Yes, I'm like, I have no idea who that is. Like everybody's going crazy. We're like, who the hell is this guy?
As somebody in Gen Z, they'll tell you straight.
Yeah, this kid knew immediately. That is the one thing that I was disappointed by, was the lack of surprises, especially with the Shane McMahon getting hurt. I mean, that Pat McAfee, what was his name? KSI. I mean, those were the surprises. Like, I don't know. We expected a little bit more on the surprise level for WrestleMania.
You could have put anyone else out there except Shane McMahon. And this is why I think Vince booked night 2. Okay. I don't care what WWE says he booked.
No, I agree.
Because why would Triple H would never throw Shane out there? At least that's my theory. You could have put anybody else in that role. Look at the active roster and all the former world champions you have. You could have put Dolph Ziggler out there.
How about just the guests alone were backstage? I mean, Undertaker was backstage. Stone Cold was backstage. We all thought it was going to be Austin, but not Austin Theory. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right. But have him come out, give Miz a start. You could have Stone Cold. Could have Undertaker. I think wants to stay away from doing the character though, so he doesn't, get pulled back into another match by Vince, which is understandable at this point. You're retired, stay retired,
but just come out, give Miz a choke slam, leave.
Yeah, but I think even that might be like teasing something maybe he doesn't want to tease at this point.
Yeah, I guess
it
should have been Austin.
But like, you even think of the active roster, Dolph, he and Miz have history. You could have a really good match there. Yeah. You could have Bobby Lashley. He and Miz have history. You could add Xavier Woods, a former WrestleMania host, against the current WrestleMania host. Like, hey, I did this better. Let me come out and give Woods a moment. Because and by the way, Woods cut a really good promo on LA Knight digitally that you need to check out. Because
all right, I will.
I'll tell you, that guy might be the most talented member of New Day, all said and done. Like, it was excellent. I'm glad they're giving him a chance to see what he can do as a singles guy, because Kofi's out. Big E might never come back. We don't know. But like, that's another guy you could have put out there against Miz.
Yeah.
You could have just had Snoop Dogg drop the people's elbow. You didn't need Shane McMahon for that and his terrible punches. And nobody was asking for Shane. Nope. Nobody's asking for Shane at this point. Like, we don't need to see him.
Nope.
Like, there's so many other guys. Like, I'm forgetting a bunch too, like, that you could have thrown out there. And you just
could have put one of the top NXT guys.
Fandango.
Yeah, they could have Fandango come back.
Sorry, I was watching Total Divas and he was there a lot.
Shoot, so you know what you could have done is you could have had Morrison make a one-off return.
Yeah.
Why Shane McMahon? Like, that was so just not even questionable. It was just the dumbest booking decision.
Yeah, it was.
Since Triple H
very disappointing. But I will give it to Snoop for covering and doing what he did, because that was not planned.
Yeah,
it was terrible, but he did it.
He had to vamp there. He was like, okay, people's elbow.
Yep, it was great.
And he dropped the most backyard wrestling people's elbow on the Miz that I've ever seen.
He did.
I do remember Snoop Dogg being in LVBW.
Snoop Dogg.
What dude?
Was that your wrestling name?
No, I was.
No,
I had two actually. I was Boomer. That was my main guy, and then Renegade was my secondary character. And Renegade did okay. Renegade, honestly, I liked the Renegade moveset. It was more of a power moveset, whereas I was trying to be a high flyer / technical guy as Boomer. And then I'd never call a wrestling character Boomer now, because Boomer. I don't know. Look, I was 12 when I came up with it, so I mean, that's my excuse.
And also, the world has given the word Boomer a completely different meaning these days.
Yeah. when we wrestled that pro match in Rhode Island, I actually went as Renegade, but it was the Renegade Lance Chaos.
Right, that's the name I remember.
Renegade Lance Chaos. It was Renegade. It was the evolution of Renegade, because they didn't like the Boomer name, and I hadn't come up with the big city buff man Boomer Jones yet, which is what it would be if LVBW had a revival. I'd be the big city buff man Boomer Jones. But
I told you what I want to do for the big anniversary show. I want to have an independent wrestling show and concerts.
Well, I mean, we've only got a few months. Better get on that.
All right, we'll get on it. Wait, but one more thing I wanted to say about WrestleMania. The celebrities, we walked by so many celebrities. Rick Rubin walked past us. That was pretty cool. Stephen Amell walked right past us, said what's up. We were kind of right in that, like, what do they call it? Where it kind of goes backstage, but it's like on the ground level.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of celebrities just in and out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, you were in LA. Rubbing elbows with the stars.
Maggie Gyllenhaal was on our flight going from Newark to LA, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did you get to talk to her? Or?
We did not, but she was like right behind us, and nobody noticed or nobody cared.
I don't know if I would know her if like I saw her in public.
I just saw her in something. That's why I knew. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was pretty cool, and we did have some really good food. The food out there is spectacular. Besides In-N-Out Burger, there was a really good Mexican restaurant like down the corner from where we were staying, and it was phenomenal. It was like hole in the wall, like authentic Mexican food.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to find the name of it so I can give a shout out. It was called Frijoles Mexican Restaurant.
The hole in the wall places are always the best.
In El Segunda, California, and Sushi Kura in LA. So we really wanted sushi, and I actually researched like a month ahead of time for sushi places around the area we were staying, and this hole in the wall came up. There's literally like 6 tables in the place, but it got thousands of 5-star reviews saying it's best sushi in the area. It was phenomenal. I've never had sushi this good. Cheap and just amazing. It was so good. Sushi Kura. If you're ever in LA, go. All
right.
And that was my trip.
Good friends of the show, Sushi Kura.
And that's what grinds my gears.
Well, thank you for sharing everything with us. I've still never been to LA, so good to know that there are some good spots to check out. Yeah. When and if that trip ever happens. I was in San Diego once. Fish tacos in San Diego were really good.
But San Diego's the place to be, apparently.
Yeah. I loved San Diego.
I've never been.
10 years ago, just for a day, Mission Beach. I love San Diego. I want to go back to San Diego, but it just hasn't happened yet. But when I get out that way, one day. Going to do a whole California run. You know, I'd love to just drive up the Pacific Coast Highway. I think that's the 5, and just like see it all. I hear Northern California is beautiful. Pacific Northwest I haven't done yet, but you know,
you can go right up to Seattle.
Right up to Seattle. Absolutely. Go see the Sea Dragons of the XFL.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, I love the XFL, by the way. And Scotty, I know you're not going to care about this, but I really love what's happening.
I actually started recording the games.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't watched anything, but I actually did. I know.
Wait,
so, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
We're halfway through the season, aren't we?
I don't know. All right, next season I'll.
But no, I love what's happening there. Good, JD. Go ahead. Sorry.
Also, next season I'll watch the prior season's recordings I still have on my DVD.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
You got to watch the earlier episodes first to get the new ones.
Okay.
Don't think that's how sports work.
No, I know that's not how sports work.
but it's pretty.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
pretty
you for
cool.
walking me through it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though, because that team in St. Louis, the Battlehawks, they're like packing the dome. Like they're bringing out 35,000 plus people.
Really?
Every game. Yeah, they are killing it out there. Goes to show that St. Louis should have a football team, but of course, you know, follow the dollars to building SoFi Stadium where WrestleMania just was. And
did you see their April Fool's joke on Twitter?
Yeah, that they were moving to LA.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah. But they have a passionate fan base. DC Defenders too. Like they've got a good thing with the Beer Snake. You know, they're the best team in the league right now. Seattle's good. Houston's good. Like there's some signature franchises starting to emerge from the XFL. It's kind of fun to watch, you know, as a fly on the wall to see that happen. So I'm excited. They already said they're going for 2024. They'll be back. Some of the teams are selling season tickets. So it looks like we're going to get more XFL here.
Probably finally going to get a year 2.
Yeah.
And The Rock owns it, right?
The Rock owns it. Yeah, and a couple other business partners. He bought it from Vince McMahon during the pandemic, and and that's the thing. Like, he's obviously got the resources and the dedication to it to do it right. I think for Vince, it was more just I own a football league, and that's why. But to be fair, the 2020 version was working out until COVID hit.
Yes,
it was working. Like, again, like you saw St. Louis, you saw DC, like these fans in certain cities, like really embracing their teams. And then after week 5, everything got shut down. And it's like, well, the league was just getting its legs under it. And it's like, well, we're going to figure this out, I guess, or not. But, I'm glad The Rock bought it because, for a while it was a question of what Vince was going to do with it, if anything, during the pandemic. And seems to be working out. And yeah, St. Louis is killing it, and I'm, as a Cubs fan, not supposed to root for anything St. Louis, but that team's growing on me, I gotta say.
Cool.
Cubs.
All right, well,
yeah, that's the Cubs should have an XFL team.
I mean, the past couple seasons before this one, they've been playing like an XFL team on a baseball field, though.
Yikes.
But
see, even I know that's funny.
Yikes.
But I'm gonna say this though, we're decent again. We've got some good players. We just had a crazy comeback win against Seattle last night as of recording, 2 nights ago as of show date, and we're back, baby. Cubs are back. And as a matter of fact, my hat's over here.
Flying more W's.
Yeah. I can't put it on over the headphones, but it's fine. It messed up my fabulous hair too. Can't have it all, can I? Anyway.
At least you're not balding like I am.
I do have a nice head of hair here, don't I?
You do.
Luscious locks.
Yes. I think that's who Scotty's training with next week is actually Luscious Locks.
Luscious Locks.
Is his name spelled LOX though?
Because never mind. I was gonna say, is that because I'm Jewish? It's spelled LOX.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. My fault.
No,
oh god.
Fine. I think it's funny. Actually.
I didn't even think about that.
I love it. Yeah.
So I haven't put the show off the rails in a long time, so I'm kind of itching to do it.
Well, there we go. I think you accomplished your goal.
Yes, I did it.
But I'm gonna bring it back on the rails because that's what I do around here. As we 45
the consummate pro.
Boo.
Somebody's got to be.
Boo, professionalism. Boo.
Look, and Scotty can tell you this. Over the course of this 10-year run, I have always been the one to herd the drunk cats. Okay.
I am very drunk and I am a cat.
I'm expecting some sort of musical number in spandex, just like the musical Cats.
Do you want me to? Why did I do that with my tongue? That was.
Well, I don't have to ask you to because you just asked if I want you to. You just did. So whether I wanted it or not, it happened.
I have no dignity left, so it's fine.
Speaking of no dignity.
No dignity, no doubt.
I thought that was diggity.
Oh, come on, y'all are killing my segue here.
Sorry. Okay.
I was gonna say, speaking of no dignity, you know what it's time for, Scotty?
I know what it's time for.
Some stupid news with Scotty Rock.
All right. I'm excited about this one. JD, you're going to like the headline. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Give it to me.
2 men hospitalized after Monopoly game ends in a sword fight.
What? Were they? What? So here's the thing, though. This is like... I could see this happen. Well, it did happen because it's on the news, but...
Yes.
This one hits close to home.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to this.
There might be a story there. I just want to say this sounds like the premise.
Yeah, watch the article starts with 2 men, one named JD.
No, there's no names, but that doesn't mean it's not you. All right.
I was going to say it sounds like the premise of a Beavis and Butthead episode.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Here we go, gents. A Monopoly game in Brussels. This is in Germany. Monopoly game in Brussels turned bloody after an irritated man approached the players with a Japanese samurai sword.
Oh, it was just samurai sword.
Oh, yeah. Police said A fight erupted at around 5 a.m. on April 2nd when a group of 4 people had been playing the popular board game Monopoly on the sidewalk outside their home. The participants were loud enough to wake up their neighbors, a father and son, who came outside to ask the group to please leave. Things quickly became heated between the players and the father-son duo, resulting in the son bringing out a katana for defense. After the men started physically fighting, the sword scabbard got damaged, exposing the blade of his sword. A local police spokesman told the newspaper that, quote, the player tried to grab the katana and removed the holster while the son tried to get it back. Ultimately, both the son and one of the Monopoly players were wounded and reportedly both taken to the hospital, where the son, who was struck in an artery, still remains in critical condition. Both the injured Monopoly player who was discharged from the hospital and the son were arrested.
I mean, if you're introducing a katana to the situation, you assume the risk of whatever happens to you or the other people with the katana. So, like, kind of tough for me to feel bad for the guy, honestly. Like,
so I'm gonna make a gross generalization.
Please do.
That son watches anime 1000%. If he's got a katana.
Yeah,
1000%.
A little German kid.
Because two things. One, the reason why he watches anime is, one, he has a katana, and two, he doesn't know how to use it because he lost it immediately.
And then tried to grab it with grab the blade while getting it back.
Yes, 1000% watches anime. Probably watches like Rurouni Kenshin or some shit.
Bad.
That was good. I'm gonna put that. That's gonna be a top half seed in the year end tournament.
2023 is my year. I'm doing some.
Has been You have been knocking it out of the park this year.
It's going very well for you, Scotty. I will say.
I would say that your stupid news has been extra stupid this year.
Thank you. It's the best compliment anybody's ever given me.
It has been very stupid. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will keep it going.
Yeah, congratulations are definitely in order for your performance here, Scotty. Katana Monopoly. I mean, I could see it getting heated. I mean, one time when I was 8, I always had this thing where I had to buy all the green spaces, and then somebody bought one, and then I locked my cousin and my brother and sister in the basement. So, like,
with the Beanie Babies?
No, they weren't there yet. It was 1995, but it was a year or two before the collection began. But yeah, I locked them all in the basement because they wouldn't let me buy my green spaces.
Amazing. So, I don't think I've ever played Monopoly long enough where it got me angry.
It didn't take long. As soon as somebody bought a green, I was like,
that was it.
It's over for y'all.
Nobody in my family wanted to play Monopoly. So it's never possible to fight about it.
I loved Monopoly. I loved that. And then, I was pretty ruthless during Clue as well. A lot of deception.
So I'll tell you one of the biggest, most important strategic elements of Monopoly that you wouldn't think actually makes sense, but it makes total sense once I explain it to you. Late in the game, it's actually better to be in jail.
Explain.
Okay, so by the end of the game, most every single property is taken. There's more than likely houses and hotels built. So there are a ton of spaces on that board that you're going to have to pay a ton of rent on. Where do you never have to pay rent? Because you don't move around the board.
3 hots and a cot. Yeah.
Jail.
Mm-hmm.
So late in the game, it's actually beneficial to be in jail.
Interesting.
And just let everyone else lose all their money.
Spend their money.
Exactly, because you don't move around the board if you're in jail.
Huh.
So take that little tip with you the next time you play Monopoly, and you'll probably still get like third or something.
That is very interesting. I never thought of that.
To piggyback off of that, the best properties to own are actually the orange and red ones that are on the same, that are the first ones that you hit after you go through jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because if people start playing that way and actually want to be in jail, then those properties get hit the most because people stay in jail and want to go there. So you teach everybody how to play Monopoly optimally, and then go buy the orange and red spaces when you play, and then you'll probably get second now instead of third.
So, but still not first, though.
I mean, you might get first every once in a while if you make some good trades. But yeah, that's you didn't think you'd get a Monopoly lesson today, did you?
No. But
also, I have one last tip. Also, don't bring out your samurai sword to fight somebody during Monopoly.
I love how it wasn't even the Monopoly players who bought out the samurai.
I know, it was. He's probably watching anime, and then like they were just way too loud, and he's just like, he's watching some like Rurouni Kenshin, and he's like, I'm about to Kenshin these guys.
Kenshin.
And then it didn't end well for him.
And then he
ended up in the hospital. Well, apparently the train you've been running off the rails is part of the B&O Railroad, because you gave us some good Monopoly insight.
Oh my
see
God.
See what I did there? I made
did.
it relevant to the game.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So, well, Monopoly lessons, WrestleMania, In-N-Out Burger, samurai swords. We had quite a time here tonight on the Quinn Spin, didn't we?
You got fed.
We got fed. I need to go get fed right now. I'm hungry. I gotta go eat something like pretty soon. It's gonna be delicious. But before
early time.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm pretty much up around the clock in general now.
Doesn't matter. I'd be in bed at 9:30 anyway.
Yeah. See, I kept you up.
Fun spring break for me.
Yeah. Scotty gone wild.
Yeah.
Look, it's coming off.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. Oh. Can we get that shirt next?
No.
What about for 2 more followers?
You're such a heel, Scotty.
I am a heel.
What a tease. Oh, what a tease.
Not your boy toy.
Toy.
I wasn't gonna be the one to do it. Somebody else had to.
Yes.
Something for your ears. I figured out what it's going to be, and it's going to be a new song called "Whoa" by the Hollow Party.
That's right.
Yeah, it's an.
You have ears. Here's something for them.
Yeah, hear your ears. It's on this week's UMC 20 playlist, as a matter of fact. So go check out the entire playlist when you search UMC 20 on Spotify, or go to undergroundmusiccollective.com. JD, you ready to feel good?
I feel good. Yeah, here we go. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
You just actually asked if you were ready.
Born ready.
I asked you if you were ready.
I'm so ready. I am so ready. So here we go. It is time. And I'm feeling good.
Oh!
Wait, what? Wait,
Good night.
Well.
Got a little carried away there.
So. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Pepperonis.
The music just got me. I haven't heard it in a while.
The pepperoni. That actually wasn't me doing the song. It was me having a stroke. But
I'm definitely not getting pizza now. Anyway,
just get it with mushrooms, not pepperoni.
I don't like mushrooms.
I can eat the mushrooms.
Oh,
but I'll mail them to you.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. All right. So today's feeling good has something to do with Pac-Man, and the only reason it has to do with Pac-Man is because Pac-Man is in the title of the article. But the news today that's making you feel good is a microbot that targets and captures damaged cells is a real-life Pac-Man. A tiny controllable robot acts as a real-life Pac-Man, identifying and gobbling up damaged cells in living things. Scientists say the minuscule robot, which is 7 times smaller than the width of a human hair, can identify, capture, and transport cells. Another benefit is that it can be navigated and controlled both magnetically and electrically. It can also distinguish between different types of cells, identifying whether they are healthy or dying. Scientists from Tel Aviv University in Israel say their new micro-robot could be used to administer drugs or even identify and treat cancer. The innovative technology was developed by Professor Gilead Yosefon and his team of researchers in the School of Mechanical Engineering and Department of Biomedical Engineering. The microbots, also known as micromotors or active particles, are tiny synthetic particles the size of a biological cell that can move around and perform actions either automatically or being controlled by an operator. Professor Yosifon says the idea to make tiny robots able to move autonomously was inspired by biological microswimmers such as sperm. I didn't read this ahead of time, and to demonstrate,
the pause after that.
You get the gist.
I do. A little.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess his slip earlier in the show was a precursor to this article.
I forgot that happened, so thank you for reminding me.
Wait, what are we talking about?
You said
your
something
Freudian slip earlier in the show.
You said something instead of jazz.
Oh, that had nothing to do with the fact I didn't even know that was in this article. So but it came full circle, I suppose.
The essence of it was hanging out at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
yes.
And
but the essence was well prepared to.
I love me a good some science.
Yeah. This is a cool, feeling good.
Cool science stuff.
Yeah, it pays homage to our former Science with Scumbo segment from back in the day.
Yes. What was that?
Science with Scumbo.
Yes. Wait, what was that?
Who is Scumbo?
Scumbo was
former cast member.
Yeah, he was part of the OG fam back.
Have I met Scumbo?
No. He was a CCM character.
Do I want to meet Scumbo?
Oh, Scumbo's a good dude. I like Scumbo.
Is Scumbo one of your alter egos?
I don't have any. I'm just, other than the Quinn, I don't have one.
Okay, so it's neither one of you.
It's not the Quinn, and it's not
me.
Okay, so it's a separate essence.
Right. An actual, a whole person. No
he
less.
Was a real man.
Mm-hmm.
A scientist.
I'm a real boy.
He was a scientist.
A scientist?
He was our resident scientist.
Well, his segment was Science with Scumbo.
And
every article or everything he would do had to do with science.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My feeling goods have been quite sciencey as of late, so I guess you can just call me J Scumbo.
Hijo del Scumbo.
Hijo del Scumbo.
Jumbo.
The son of Scumbo.
Son of Scumbo. I like
there's actually a
Sam.
You just reminded me there's a professional Madden player that's named Skimbo. They may be related. Is that how that works? If your name rhymes with someone else, you're related?
Something like that, yeah.
Is it something like that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Son of Scumbo. I like that.
Like Goldberg and Gildberg are related.
Yes.
That could be one of our Quinn Spinn kayfabe things, like JD's actually Scumbo's son.
Yes.
Just like you're not Danny Arnold's brother, Scotty.
Who?
Because your last name is Rock.
Oh, former guest, former musical artist Danny Arnold. Yeah. So let's have that be one of our kayfabe things. I like it.
JD is the son of Scumbo.
I am the son of Scumbo.
I like it.
I like to Scumbo. Would you like a bowl of Scumbo?
A bowl of Scumbo. Anyway, this has been the Quinn Spinn, 2 ends and Quinn, 2 ends and Spin. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, YouTube, and more. No longer Anchor because it merged with Spotify. Anchor is dead. You can also learn more about the show at undergroundmusiccollective.com, our central hub for all things independent music, creativity, community, science, apparently, and more. Also, UMC's on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Follow the UMC 20 playlist on Spotify, which we update every Tuesday with 20 fresh tracks and the latest episode of this train wreck. DashLive.live. We got a show at the East Room on May 4th, which is very exciting. Forts Lake Vanna, James Cole, Natalia Taylor, $10. Tickets on sale now. Go to the link in our bio at UMC or Nash Live shows on Instagram. And also make sure you tune in this Wednesday, April 19th, for our Jam Roundtable. Jam stands for Jazz Appreciation Month, and that's free to register. You can watch from anywhere in the world. 6 p.m. Central, April 19th. Where do you want them to find you online, guys?
At Scotty Rock 77 on Instagram and Spotify, and Can't Live with Adam on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And the podcast Can't Live with Him, Can't Live with Adam. New episodes coming soon.
Yep.
Lose my number.
And grab some muffins on your way out. See you later.
Goodbye.
You're welcome.